Hello, my name is Last Dan of Mitchie, man. This is my 20th ever bold and beautiful review for the episode that aired on Friday, May 12th, 2023, episode 9017. And well, before I get into what happened in this episode, which was not much until we get to the end of it, which, well, I was pissed. I was annoyed. I was like, okay, really? We're gonna rewrite history now. Before we get into that, I would just like to say that I've been doing this YouTube. I've been doing this YouTube team for 3 weeks now, and well, I one of my review videos of the review. I think my fourth one got 738 likes, 738 viewers, and 111 likes. That's cool. That's pretty cool. I mean, I think altogether I've gotten close to 2,000 viewers on my videos, so that's great. Now the YouTube shorts I've been making have been pulling in the bigger viewers for me. One been seen by 6,000 people, and and like 5 different of them I got over 1,000 viewers each. So I got over like I think close to 20,000 viewers just from that alone, like 26,000 viewers just from that alone. So these past 3 weeks has been something else. Also, in case you can't tell, this is the last time I will be doing this with this background because when I do this Monday, I will be at my new apartment. So I might be doing these for my bedroom then. I'd be doing that for my new bedroom, or I might be still doing it out here. It really just depends. I might try both out and see which one I like better. But I just have nothing else to say about that. But other than thank you to everybody who's ever seen any of my videos, whether you subscribe or not subscribe. If you ever turn on any of my videos and you ever seen it for any amount of time, I would just like to thank you for everything because this has been so much fun for the past 3 weeks. Honestly, I've had so much fun sitting here reviewing it. It's been so much fun. Because I get to talk about this and somehow people listen. Even if it's 4, 5, or 6 people, people listen. That's fun. So getting into this episode, not much happened, but I was more so annoyed by this episode due to the way that they turned the entirety of the United States flight service and airline security service into a joke. So let's start out. It starts out with them having a meeting with two people whose names I don't know, but I think that it start out with them having a meeting with two Asian people, which I did not catch their names, so that's all I knew about them. That's all I can say about them. And they both seemed pretty mildly impressed with his designs. I'm like, okay, really, you think this is impressive? Wow. Clearly, you have what did you think was not impressive? What horrible designs have you seen? These designs sucks. So that happened. They're like, Tommy, we're happy you're back. And of course, I'm sure someone's gonna make this about, oh, they work so well together. But then they leave, they talk, and Opie's like, we did a great job, Tommy. You could be obsessed with me again. That would work out very well for you. Because as many of you know now, I no longer hate Thomas Forrester. I just now think he's a victim of Hope because Hope wants him to be obsessed with Hope. That's the whole story here. Some people still don't believe it. Even if some people still don't believe it. I mean, that's what Steffi said Monday, and it all makes sense. That literally explains everything. That explains everything Hope has ever done about with Tom. That's why she always keeps forgiving him. Why she's still Douglas's mom. It really explains everything. It explains everything in a nice wrapped up ball. So so then we cut to Liam, and he's trying to do his job. So of course, who shows up? But Steffi, because of course she does. Because of course she does. Because you know what would help Liam not care so much about Thomas if people stop talking about him every 5 seconds. That would help. This is like if you're a drug addict. The one thing your friends and family should not do is keep talking to you about drugs. They're gonna make you want to be more one. That's gonna make you want to keep doing it. But anyway, Steffi comes in to give him Kelly's bracelet, and even Liam's like, I could have picked this up from you on my way home from work. I'm like, yeah. Why don't you just test me? Hey, come get Kelly's bracelet on your way home. Bye. Have a nice bye. So he's like, oh well, yeah, but let's continue talking about my butt and the fact that I think your wife is trying to make my butt obsessed with her again. They're talking. Also, Steffi does not look good in orange. I'm sorry, it does not work for you. I'm sorry, it does not work for you, Steffi. I'm sorry, it does not. Only certain types of people can make orange work, and Steffi Forrester is not one of those people. So then we cut back to Hope and Thomas. Also, there was only 2 scenes in this entire episode, and it was just this. I hate episodes like this. This is not fun. Couldn't we intercut this with literally anything else? I don't know. Couldn't we intercut this with literally anything else? Because once we get to 2 people, Hope and Thomas having a dinner, boy, am I gonna go off. Oh boy, I'm gonna go off. Trust me. So we cut back to Hope. Hope trying to make Thomas obsessed with her again. And now that I've cut my hair and I no longer hate Thomas, all I see him as now is a victim. Just a victim of circumstance. A victim. A queer as day victim of Hope's. It's sad, honestly. It is sad, quite frankly, that this is a story Brad Bell wants to go with. And instead of Brad Bell try to rewrite history. That's never good. So the mechanic guy calls. Hope is like, okay, I'll be back ready to leave. We should. Why would you call them? What did they call you? I think they would call you. Oh yeah, she also texted Liam, I'm coming home. You never do that immediately. You make sure that you know you're actually gonna come home before you do that. God, have none of you people ever been to? Have none of these people on this soap opera ever been late to something and text somebody something that like 2 minutes later didn't actually happen? That's happened a lot to me. That's why I never text anybody. That's why if I'm leaving somewhere, I don't text the person I'm leaving until I'm in the car. And then I say, hey, I'm leaving. I'm on my way. I'm coming. We're coming. I'm leaving. I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to pick you up. We're leaving now. I never do it beforehand because something could happen. If you put something into the universe, 9 times out of 10, it will happen. Real life or in soap operas. So Hope is like, yay, another way I can make Thomas obsessed with me again. Yippee. That is just sad, honestly. So Thomas tried to book a commercial flight, which I don't know why. I don't know. There's like 400 different ways of transportation. You could win a motorcycle. You could win a boat, a bike, a helicopter. You could get another private jet. I don't know. You could swim there. I don't know. You could just buy a bunch of water and just run. Apparently it takes 6 hours by car, which how is that possible? It's the same state. How is San Francisco and Los Angeles, California, 6 hours away from each other? How is that possible? I mean, California's a big state, but it's not that gigantic. It's not that gigantic. I mean, this ain't Texas. This ain't Texas. When some cities in Texas are closer to cities in other states than they are I think like the south side of, I think the northern point in Texas and the southernmost point in Texas are farther apart from each other than Texas is from some places in New Mexico. You people live in California, not Texas. It's not that big. It's not that big. It just has a bunch of people. It's not that big of a state. There's like 5 different places in Texas. There's San Francisco, San Diego, Los Angeles, something else. I think Santa Clara too or something else. So, they could have went in a boat, a car, a plane. They could have got another plane. I don't know. Apparently a commercial flight that's already booked up. So why was he calling in the first place? How is a flight already booked up? Just go wait at the airport or something. I don't know. This all could have been solved so much better if Brad Bell just wanted to. Like, wouldn't them be stuck in a car together make more sense for this? Because then we, or something. I don't know. This all would have been so much simpler but then again, we all see what happens at the end of this episode. Well, that explains everything. So then we cut back to Liam and Steffi talking. And throughout this whole episode, Steffi got on my nerves once again. That's definitely going to be the most annoying person in this episode. But once again, Hope proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that she is the most annoying, hypocritical person in soap opera history. But Steffi's like, you have nothing to worry about, Liam. I keep telling you this. Liam's like, I know, but I mean, I've seen this enough time not to be an idiot. I mean, also, I kind of feel like it's interesting to Liam's perspective on this. Because not only on his husband, but also he clearly knows what it's like to be with somebody, but still have feelings for another woman. Like, wouldn't you think Liam would be like the best person to understand if someone has feelings for somebody else, since that was literally him? it's like people who share it's like people who fight in war. They have a shared trauma. They bond over that. That's something that they both experience. Like people who all like other people who have ADHD. I mean, I can talk to those people about pretty much anything because we have something in common. We may not have nothing else in common, but we have that in common. We have that struggle in common. That's what bonds people. You don't bond with people who you walk with. So then we come back to Hope and Thomas. Thomas still trying to figure. Hope is like, we finish each other's sentences. I'm like, I can do that with my mom. I can do that with my cousin. I can do that with my dad sometimes. I can do that with my friend Darian. This is not a new concept that people who only like each other can do. Also, I've only ever seen like two people who are married that can finish each other's sentences. Honestly, most married people I meet say that they can never finish their spouse's sentences because they've known them so long that they already know what they're thinking before they say it. And plus, they've been married long enough to the point that they don't do it anymore because that's weird. So I don't know what that was about. I think that was just to annoy people with Hope because Hope just annoying. Thomas once again comes off as this poor man being manipulated by Hope. All I'm thinking is this poor man has tried so hard to be a better person, but Hope keeps pulling him back down into his obsessive psychopathic behavior. Then we come back to Steffi and Liam, and Steffi is like, Liam, you should not be worried about Thomas. I wonder when Steffi's just gonna tell him. I think your wife might want to make Thomas obsessed with her again, so she has these feelings for him. Like, just say that, Steffi. Just come out right with it, Steffi. What are you, scared? Are you scared? Are you scared what you might do after that happens? Because we all know what Brad Bell would do. I mean, he's done. I mean, I've seen this multiple times as I've watched this program. Watched this program for 12 years, so I've seen it. I've seen most of this before. I did not see the Hope missing Thomas being upset with her. I missed that part of this, but hey, even people who watched this program for 30 years probably couldn't have seen that coming. I don't think anybody could see that plot twist coming. That's something I did not think was going to happen, but I'm glad it did because it means I no longer got to hate Thomas. So Steffi keeps having these flashbacks to Thomas and Hope holding hands. And I'm like, seriously? Like, no one cares anymore. The story is no longer Thomas is obsessed with Hope. The story is Hope is trying to make Thomas obsessed with her. And why hasn't Thomas called the cops yet for sexual harassment? That's the story here, people. That's what Brad Bell are telling you, basically. So didn't Thomas order room service? Because I don't know. I guess people gotta eat. Also, this must have been the fastest room service in human history because this came in like 5 minutes. I've ordered room service before. It took 2.5 hours, and it took 2.5 hours one time when I was on vacation. It took was it 2? Maybe it was an hour and 30 minutes. All I know it was over. It was almost an hour. It was an hour and a half, and when I got my food, it was cold. So I was clearly not happy. So I was pissed off. I know my food was cold. I know my food was cold. I mean, basically, if you've ever eaten ice, that's how my food tasted. So then they sit down and eat dinner, and all I'm thinking to myself is, for the love of God, I swear, to everything that I've ever wanted, to everything I've ever loved, that if Brad Bell tries to make it seem like Thomas is obsessed with Hope again, and somehow reveals that Thomas set the plane up to have travel delays so he could trap, I'll be like, no, I won't believe it. I don't want to believe, but thankfully that's not where they went with it. So they're sitting down, they're eating dinner, they're drinking, I'm assuming wine, water, Sprite. Was this white wine? I mean, I've just now been introduced to alcohol, so this must have been white wine. Hopefully Albert can tell me when I watch his live stream tonight, because I had no idea what they was drinking. Was it wine? Was it Sprite? Was it water? I know all clear drinks look alike to me. Okay, so now we get to the part of the episode where when I saw this like 40 minutes, I saw it like 30 minutes ago because for good mention, I'm recording this at 2:32 because after this I gotta go back to cleaning my room again. I gotta go back to finish up cleaning my room and packing because I'm moving. So that's why I'm recording this a lot earlier. So they're talking and Hope immediately goes, Thomas, I got something to talk to you about. I've always had to live in my mom's shadow. And I've tried to, I've tried not to do that. And apparently Thomas has to. I've always, she's always like, I've always had to live in Brooke's shadow because Brooke is all, my mom coming with all this baggage and people say stuff about her, all of which is absolutely 100% true. Nothing anyone's ever said about Brooke Logan has been a lie. Everything people have said about Brooke Logan over the years have all been true. There's not one untrue statement. If anyone's ever called Brooke Logan a slut, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. And then we get to why some people call Hope the hypocrite, or as I like to say, Hopeocrite. And this part is the part where what really pissed me off today, more so than anything else, honestly, in this show. So I was talking to Thomas, and she goes, I have to constantly reassure Liam, and I don't know why, after all the stuff he did, because I've never given him any reason to doubt me. Hope has never given Liam a reason to doubt her. Okay, let's think about that statement for a second. If anybody who's ever seen my comments, watched any of my videos, or seen any of my comments on any video, on any Bold and the Beautiful video, then you know partially what I'm about to say. But let's go, Hope. Let's say, Hope, you never given Liam a reason to doubt you. You married his brother. You dated his brother and him at the same time. You have a son with his brother, a legitimate son. Granted, who is dead, doesn't change the fact that you two have a son together. You ran away to Italy for 4.5 years. What else? You moved in with him when he was still technically married to Steph. You slept with him when he was still married to Steph. So you committed adultery. Once too, by the way. So great job, Hope. You've never given Liam a reason to doubt you. You married his brother. Not to mention all the horrible stuff you did to Oliver, which didn't let a Brooke basically finishing off poor Oliver and making the poor man susceptible to everything, to the point that poor guy got one good thing, and then Allie died, and he left because the poor guy would put through so much on this program in like 2.5 years. That poor guy, that poor Oliver Jones, that poor guy got screwed over. By the time I started watching, that whole story with Hope and Oliver was already over, and he was just some dude on the program. It was never brought up ever again. They never once acknowledged the fact that Oliver was ever with Hope. Like what? But anyway, getting back to what Hope said, I've never given Liam a reason to doubt me. You married his brother in Paris because he was 5 minutes late because Quinn, Wyatt's mom, put Ivy Forrester into a river. Oh, not to mention you married Thomas in 2019 because you thought Beth was dead. That's not a reason enough to doubt him. That's not doubtful. And don't give me the excuse of, well, she thought her daughter was dead and she was grieving. Who grieves like that? Why is that something somebody grieves for? That's the stupidest way. I mean, I've always said that Hope's grieving is the dumbest, stupidest thing that's ever happened. No one has ever grieved like that in soap operas, television. No one has ever grieved like that ever, except for this one. It's on TV, movies, soap operas, anything other than this one time. This is the only example of a woman who marries a man because her daughter died. Her daughter is thought to be dead and turns a man into a psychopath. That is only what Hope did. But the big one is she married Liam's brother, Wyatt Fuller Spencer. She married Liam's brother and had a son with him. So you mean to tell me, Brad Bell, that you could not even acknowledge that? You could not even have Hope say, well, I've only ever given Liam one reason to doubt me, because there was that one time in 2014 that I married his brother because I thought he was done with me, and we have a son together. That would have been okay. But why do we have to continuously put Liam down for cheating when Hope did the exact same thing with his brother? She dated Liam and Wyatt at the same time. And Liam never came off as he enjoyed being caught between two women, between Hope and Steffi. It's just that he couldn't figure it out because that was a storyline at the time. But he never seemed to have enjoyment in it. And he was came out and said that his character did a whole bunch of horrible things to those women. I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, yes, he did. But still, Gee, we can't act like Hope was innocent in any of it. She married his brother. I'm just going to keep saying that because that's what happened. So now Hope's trying now Brad Bell trying to get Hope to rewrite history. Really? That's what we're gonna do here? That's how we're gonna try to justify Hope might sleep with Tommy? Well, she's never done it before. What do you call a son with Wyatt? Just an imagination? Was it a dream? Those 4 years she was in Italy. When Steffi came back and we all figured out that Steffi and Liam are perfect for each other until Steffi slept with his dad. Just Steffi slept with Bill, and Hope came back, and that's one of the only 2 times Hope has ever been likable was 2018. Because mainly they stopped all the hypocritical bullshit, and she was just basically honest with herself. But, in 2019 happened. All I know is that I saw this episode, and I was just frankly bored by it until that end part. And now I'm just pissed off from just the perspective of a dude who's watched this program for 12 years. Now Brad Bell is just rewriting history for absolutely no reason other than it would be funny. Like Hope married Liam's brother. Does nobody get that? Like that is a legitimate thing that happened. This is not a joke. You can go back and watch the episodes. That's what happened. It's on Wikipedia. Look, they make Wikipedias for these characters, and you can go look at it, and it says one of Hope's marriages to Wyatt Spencer. This can all be proven on the internet. This is not just me spouting off stuff. This can be proven with facts on YouTube. All these YouTube videos are uploaded. Go on season like 26 of this show and you will see it. Type in, just look it up. There's still spoilers about it on the internet. Like, are we just all supposed to pretend like that never happened, but yet we got to keep blaming Liam for something he did 10 years ago? 10 years ago with a completely different actress? Like, if we wouldn't call Liam out on his bullshit, let's all call Hope out on her bullshit too. Hope clearly doesn't seem to give a damn about her son with Wyatt, considering she replaced that kid with Douglas. It's amazing how Brad Bell writes his show to come off as completely hypocritical. Like he loves to rewrite history of his show. Like why? Like why make up stuff? Like what was the point of that scene? With her saying that she's never given Liam a reason to doubt her? Really? Wyatt, Oliver, Thomas, Douglas, Beth being dead, Italy, Paris, Ivy, Wick, Othello, the DJ Othello. Let's bring him up. Anybody remember Othello, the DJ who told Hope Steffi and Liam was kissing the night before Hope and Liam's second wedding? I mean, she believed that random dude she never met and her brother over Liam at one point. Even though Liam and Steffi both kept telling her nothing happened, and everybody on the show and everybody watching at the time knew nothing happened. Like, there have been so many examples of Hope being complete and utterly just horrible to Liam, but no one seems to mention them. Until the people on the comments of those videos, then everybody seems to mention it. Like, this can all be proven by facts, people. This show sometimes, it really irks me with how horrible they are with continuity. They need a continuity editor. Quite frankly, they need a continuity editor, or they could fire Brad Bell. Honestly, what does he bring to this program anymore? Just except for stupidity. Like, what was the point of any of this? Oh, I guess I should talk about the end of this episode. I'm sure somebody wants to. Hope gets up after she basically trashes poor Wyatt. After she basically trashes poor Wyatt, puts him down, makes him seem like he was a piece of shit. Jeez. I guess Hope never did give a damn about her and Wyatt's son, did she? Did she? And she never gave a damn about that kid. That's sad. So Hope gets up and I'm like, Tommy, please stop getting abused by this woman. Like, stop being a victim, Thomas. Just grow up and just realize what she's doing. I'm trying to like him, but sometimes it's difficult. But I'm trying. Thought this was a week of Thomas redemption, and at the end of it, we're gonna see the poor guy go back into his same system of abuse by his abuser. The victim became the abuser. The abuser became the victim. That's the Thomas and Hope story of the past 4 years. The victim is now the abuser. The abuser is now the victim. Hope is a hypocrite. That's already been stated. But that should be that could be a theme for this episode. Hope is nothing more than a crying, whiny, stupid, dumb hypocrite. It's not right, people. But at the end, I don't know what they hug. I don't know. It looks like she tried. Basically, they could all be considered sexual harassment. If they actually slept together, they could be considered sexual harassment. And then there was this phone call between Liam and Hope. I don't know why. I wouldn't have. I just would have texted, "Hey, something happened. Sorry, I lied once again." You know, that's what I do. Hope never given Liam. I'm sorry, I can't get over that. Hope never given Liam a reason to doubt him. You married his brother 9 years ago, and then went away to Italy for 4 years. Maybe because the other actress, Kim something, decided to leave, and you can't blame her. Honestly, you can't blame her. I probably would too if I worked on this program for a year and a half. I would quit too. I would quit and I would film like one scene and then just leave and never come back. I would change my number and everything. You were never gonna find me. I would quit. Then again, I wouldn't work for this program even if they offered me $1 million. Like, I'm no. I would like to keep my sanity. Well, let's see. What were the crit notes of this episode? Steffi does not look good in orange. When is Steffi just gonna tell Liam the truth? Or she's scared because she's afraid what she's gonna do? Because we all know what Bradbury's gonna want Steffi to do. Thomas is still trying to be a better man. Hope just won't let him. I still don't get why they couldn't drive back to L.A. How many horrible things did the agent? How many other horrible design has the Asian couple seen? If they don't think this is horrible, what else? Oh yeah, and Hope is nothing more than a whiny little hypocrite. Because she said, "I've never given Liam a reason to doubt me. You married his brother. You dated him and his brother at the same time. You even said you had 2 boyfriends. You can go back and look at it. She literally said that. Oh, and they have a son together. So is all that just supposed to be forgotten? Like, did none of that happen? Like, that's not reason enough to doubt somebody? I would have doubts. See, this is Hope's problem. She's not mature or capable enough to understand that she's also a problem. I don't get it. I don't get how people could like Hope at all. All people could want Hope and Thomas to be together. I don't even think I want Liam and Hope to be together. I've just accepted that. No matter how much it's wrong and stupid, it's just going to be a thing that is always going to be true. Because apparently Liam's done so many. I love how she could acknowledge the fact that Liam cheated on her apparently multiple times. Many of the times you deserved it, and some of the times you and him wasn't even together. You had already ended it. That's what I'm watching right now. They're uploading the episode on the Bold and the Beautiful YouTube channel. They're uploading those episodes. They're uploading an episode I think either today or tomorrow, where Hope literally ends her relationship with Liam, and it takes another like 5 episodes before he actually gets with Steffi. So everybody go watch that and tell me who was at fault for that. Because it wasn't Liam. So what else happened? Is there anything else I can say about this episode? No, not really. This was a terrible episode. This was a shitty episode. This episode was horrible. I don't exactly know what else happened in this episode because there were like 7 different scenes. Most of them seemed annoying. One scene just pissed me off. Another scene I was just like, hypocrite. That's the best way to describe Hope in this episode. A crying, whining, annoying, hypocritical woman. Like I cut my hair. I cut my long hair, so the anchor of my long hair is gone. And well, I don't dislike Thomas anymore because Steffi said it. Steffi said what she said Monday, which I saw on Tuesday because I didn't watch this program on Monday because I had much better things to do. I had so much more better things to do. And well, Steffi said it. She said, "Hope you miss Thomas' obsession with you." That's why she has feelings for Tom. That's why she nearly kissed him at the end of this episode. But now she's going to try to justify it as, well, Liam's never had any reason to doubt me, even though I slept, married, and dated him and his brother at the same time, and have a son with him. Oliver, the time you married Thomas, the fact that you have a fake son with Thomas, the fact that you whined like a baby when you thought your guy's a kid with it. All she did for like 5 months, for 8 months, was whine every single day in 2019. My daughter is dead. We get it. Move on. I'm not saying move on from it. I know you gotta acknowledge it, but geez. At the end of the world, you can always have another kid. Hey, this is why I will never get married. Also, I see that this video is once again 31 minutes long, and well, I got nothing else to say. I'm going to end this here before I got to make a second part, because I can make like 15 parts of this, but I'm just going to end it with this. Hope, never giving Liam a reason to doubt her. You married his brother, Hope. And well, I'm gonna keep talking about that, because that's actually what actually happened on this show. You married his brother. You have a son with his brother. You dated him and his brother at the same time. You married his brother. You married Wyatt because Liam was 5 minutes late to your guys' wedding in Paris. Because Ivy was pushed to a river by Quinn. So I got nothing else to say. Thank you all for watching my 20th Bold and Beautiful review. And hopefully next week hopefully Monday I can do my first ever General Hospital review. See you guys next time.